Collective, you've done it. You've stepped through this portal, you've stepped through into your rebirth, and right now you're seeing the forest for the trees. The forest is burning and or has burned, and you are moving through those ashes, those memories, and the past, right? And you are going to be rising like a phoenix out of this. It's beautiful, beautiful message that's coming through today. I'm going to first move through the meditations symbols that I received, and then we're going to get into your reading. I've pulled some oracle cards for you, and we're going to pull some tarot after that to clarify everything. So I asked, what does the collective need to know most right now? First, I was going to ask what, we've made it through the eclipse now, what? And that wasn't the right question. So I asked, what do you need to know most right now? And Odin came through. Now, Odin is also very much the shapeshifter, the sage, the wanderer. He also sacrificed his eye for spiritual knowledge, for the runes, right? And another thing about Odin is also, the crows. And this reading is linked to the Dragon Eclipse reading and also to the Dawn Treader reading. And this is also showing up in the cards as well. So if you want to, you can go and watch those readings. But I think if you don't feel guided to, that's okay. This is also for you. There's something in here for you. So Odin as well, always or very often would come through to me with the Morrigan, right? And in the Dawn Treader, with Dawn Treader as a guide, the guardian that meets you at the portal, right, at this rebirth portal. Before this was the Morrigan in that energy and Odin, okay? So it's a lot of energy of war, sacrifice, that type of thing that couldn't move through with you, that you needed to transmute it in some way so that it couldn't move through in the same way. And I spoke quite a bit about weaving through golden threads instead of red karmic threads, okay? And that is also quite relevant here. So Odin came through with some. Firstly, I was like, it's not really normally the type of imagery that I'll get. But then, like towards the end of the reading, I was like, okay, I understand towards the end of the symbolism. So for your theme of your reading, I was seeing like a braid. Okay, so just a braid like this. And the first thing that it made me think of was like the Romani, right? And the ancestry that they represent, as well as that they believe in braiding your hair for protection, okay? I was going to braid my hair for this reading, but then I felt guided not to. And funny enough, because I felt like I am protected, and this is definitely coming in for you because these are the cards that you got so far for the theme of the reading. You got protect, which I expected to come out, calibrate, heart chakra, and then dawn treader came out as well, okay, as well as the ash card. Right. So the ash card talks about the past, ancestors. It talks about sifting through the ashes. And I feel this is what you're doing right now. Having gone through this portal, you're protected as you do this. I feel that this is a period from the lunar eclipse to the solar eclipse that's coming up. And now it's also making me think of it's a Virgo solar eclipse. And Virgo is also represented by the Hermit. Which also makes me think of Odin. So the imagery as well that came through later on is also quite relevant, I feel. And in this period, what you are busy doing now is working through past memories, relationships, things like that. You've already moved through this portal, and you're busy calibrating your heart chakra, that frequency that you have. Now, I feel that you are also quite magnetic at this time. So you might be feeling like you want to push and do a lot of things, but the work right now is a lot of internal work that needs to be done, a lot of stuff that you might not be realizing. Dreams might be very relevant. If you are remembering your dreams, try to write them down at this point in time. You'll probably be having a lot of rehashes of lessons that have been learned or things that are coming through in relationships that you are busy reshaping and then closing out as you move through this, right? So you are protected. No need to worry about that. And yeah, as you sift through this. So the imagery of the forest and stuff comes through later on as well. This is your challenge, okay? I'm going to show you. I saw someone that was in a beige cloak, like Spirit keeps showing me this person with a cloak on them, and this wasn't you, right? So this person had a cloak on, and they were busy dragging something through the forest. And I asked Spirit, "What is this person dragging?" And I heard they're dragging the collective, right? So you being taken through this transition, which the forest is a transition period, right? Representative transition period. And I feel it is also trees are very much ancestry, growth. You're busy working through all of that integration, and some of it has been burnt away, right? Some of it is you leaving behind, and you sifting through those ashes as you're being pulled through. This guy is busy helping you. Okay, you might want to look into Serapis Bay if you feel guided to do so. All right, and with the challenge, sorry, I set these up. Yeah, yeah. So with the challenge, the oracle cards that came through were timeline, hunger, and now is the time. Okay, along with very interestingly, this card came up in the past reading, the Keeper of Fairy Tales. Okay, which is about myths and stories that the trees also tell us. And underneath the bottom of that was the Keeper of Ease. So this strikes me quite a bit in that you are having this guide take you through this transition period, all right? They are helping you to work through all of this. And the timeline that you're wishing for, right? The, the, the myth, the tale, the one that you've always wished you could have, you're being led there. And the Keeper of Ease talks quite a bit about being in the flow and not pushing, and knowing that everything that you are aligned with is coming towards you, right? Now, I do want to say this morning, I received a few channeled messages, but there's one that is specifically for this, right? And one of the cards also talks about, oh, yes, your supporting energy. So the message I heard was, after a few other messages, I heard one more thing. It's time to actualize the point of attraction. So one more thing, it's time to actualize in the point of attraction. So this other card also talks about self-actualization. Okay, this is where you reach a point, like in Maslow's hierarchy, you reach a point where you have taken care of all your basic needs and spirit, like all of those tiers, and you've reached the top of that pyramid. Okay, and it's a point where you are living your authentic self. You are creative, and you are in a period of growth, right? So I feel like this point of attraction is where you are in alignment, right? You are in alignment with who you are and with this timeline that you've been looking for, and you are now weaving through and closing out all those last little bits and pieces. Okay, this is beautiful work that you've done, by the way. Like, massive, 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 massive well done to you guys, because this is not easy, right? This is not easy. So yeah, like, I'm very proud of you guys. Okay, so and then yeah, it's also to know that you already are where you need to be. You don't need to like try and push or go into a timeline or alignment or anything. And it's now it's the place to start actualizing and to start doing the thing. Okay. So exciting. Okay, guys. Right. So then I got what you don't see coming. I saw this, or let's first look at your opportunity. Apologies. So for the opportunity, and this is what I was saying, there's a little bit of weird imagery coming from Odin, but I saw like a fish plait. So I saw someone with like, it was very carefully being made and the hair was taken like straight and being pulled through like that. And the fish plait also represents strength, resilience, and interconnectedness. And I see this coming through as well with the oracle cards. We've got the feminine and the Kabbalah tree of life and the expanded free yantra card, right? So these three cards together, the feminine talks to me about receptivity, okay, intuition, being in a passive state and allowing stuff to come through to you, which is also very much about this, like this keeper of ease, okay. And the Kabbalah tree of life talks about receiving instructions for self-exploration, okay. And this card is also a card about freedom, conscious expansion, and also living, basically going on an adventure. If you're stuck in a job or a relationship or places that you do not want to be or that are not in alignment with you, this is what this is about. So I feel that your opportunity now is also, the fish plait is made with 2 braids and not 3. And I also asked Spirit, does the fish part of this relate to the Pisces eclipse? And Spirit said yes. So your opportunity is now to take through the threads that you're busy weaving, okay, to receive the instructions of where you are wanting to go now for your freedom, right? Your life of freedom, the life that you've always wanted to live is here, okay? And it's not so much that you need to do anything in terms of the direction that you're going, right? It's more allowing yourself to feel the flow of energy and allow yourself to be carried through, right? You're being guided. Guides, there's so many guides in this reading, it's ridiculous. Okay, like what I saw in your theme of your reading, it's in what you don't see coming, it's in your supporting energy, it's in the imagery that I got in the meditation as well. So you are so supported right now, you're so supported. Okay, so what you don't see coming, I then saw at the end of that fish tie, I saw a red thing of hair tie. We call it thing hair. Okay, and with that you've got the guide, and I knew this card was going to come out. You've got the guide, and you've got burn the sacred fire. So I just want to check, Spirit. Do you want me to read this card here? Okay. Okay. So burn the sacred fire. Let me just say, there may be, because you're working through all of these past relationships, memories, maybe stuff from your ancestry. I think that red tie is also from the ancestry, but I think it's also to do with your root, okay, your root chakra, and to do with your passion, with your fire. Now, stuff might be coming up, okay, that you've closed out, that you're working through, that is being finalized, that could be bringing up anger in you, okay. And I feel this is the challenge. Like, you're in this forest and there's a fire that's been set, okay? And it's not to allow yourself to get caught up in those emotions and those processes that you're busy working through, okay? It's in acknowledging, noting, taking what you can from it, and then letting it be and transmuting that energy. So this is burn the sacred fire. Anger is a sacred fire denied to many of us. We're encouraged to be compliant and agreeable even when it's not our best interest. You could also be dealing with situations right now where you need to stand up for yourself, where you need to be confident, or you need to bring a little bit of um, a leadership energy. And I feel this might also be conflicting with your internal work that you're doing because you're feeling the need to lead and to go. But it might also just be that you are needing to pull that passion in towards your closing out these other cycles and these other situations. Okay. Fire is fuel for change. Too little fire and we risk becoming listless or depressed. Too much and we risk our peace of mind being consumed by wrath or worse, bitterness. And I feel this is where the hunger card comes in as the challenge too. Don't be hungry for revenge, right? Understand that you've moved beyond these things and, to get stuck back in there, you're just going to be pulling yourself back into those cycles, okay? The invitation in this moment is to find the creative power in your anger. What change can you invite? Oh, beautiful. Okay, I just clicked on something else in the reading now. What injustice can you transform into justice through letting anger have its voice? When you allow sacred fire to have its space, you help the phoenix usher what is no longer vital into the ashes in order to be reborn on the wings of new life. Okay, so that's that whole energy of transmuting this. Acknowledge it. Like I said, there's definitely been situations where you've maybe been biting your tongue, you haven't allowed yourself to express what you want to, and maybe for good reason. Maybe you realize that in that time where you were at, you weren't going to be doing it in a very healthy way. But now you are able to, and you are guided in the way that you are doing this. And I feel like that is what is going to be closing out this whole thread and theme and story that you're closing and you're weaving and you're moving on into a new chapter, right? So let's see. Oh, yes. So for your supporting energy, I saw a huge, huge, huge emerald, right? In like this metal holder bowl. I don't know. Now, this is really cool because with this, you've got the call and you've got invitation. Okay. So this card speaks about portals. I'm going to read just the one passage to you because it really struck me when I saw this and I was like, oh my goodness. Okay. Actually, I might be daunting. Lightworkers everywhere are exploring and adventuring into the realms of energy, light, and vibration. Appearing as grids or matrices of light, geometric vibrational fields connect everywhere and everything in existence. So it's very much about interconnectedness. And the emerald itself is rebirth, growth, divine connection, and also spring and vitality, right? So your supporting energy is that you've answered this call and you've answered, like you've gone through this portal and you've retrieved this beautiful gem of your rebirth, right? Okay. Even chaos theory makes sense when seen as part of oneness with spirit. This card represents a doorway. Oh, it also says other dimensions, right? Portal or stargate. Within this vision, you may travel to other dimensions of time and space, places that may not even exist in third dimensional reality. Giving yourself permission to explore is the first step. A deep connection with spirit and the ability to ground yourself solidly is the next essential measure. Gather your courage to leave the security of the known and venture forth is the third. This card also depicts two guardian figures who will act as guides and protect you on your journey. I don't know if you can see it, but they are on either side of this card. Right? Can you see them there? They kind of look like Odin. Go forward and experience the wonders of all that is. So I just want to see. Oh, apologies. It's the tree of life, the Kabbalah one that speaks about. Pulling this card suggests that you're in a process of self-actualization and growth. You may wish to contemplate this card in the relationships of the diagram, and also you guys might want to research a little bit into the Kabbalah if you feel called to do so. Okay, so the emerald is also a heart chakra, okay? It's also renewal and healing. So this is definitely, you've answered this call. This is what you're busy working on right now. I think for the advice, I will show you what I saw in the meditation, and I'll go through the cards later on with you. So in the meditation for the advice, I saw the emerald being held by this, and I heard the word crucible. So these are crucible tongs, and crucibles are used in alchemy where things are melted down or, transformed and changed into a different substance. So it also can refer to a test. Okay. So I feel like, we'll get into that. And then the outcome, this is very interesting. So the first thing I saw was like this. It was like a paintbrush. And the paintbrush was like doing this. And as the paintbrush did this, then it revealed this cave. I was like, oh, it's really cool. Oh, it is so beautiful how this came through specifically for Spirit. Okay, so now let's clarify a little bit of these cards, and then we will, with the tarot, and then we'll go into your advice and your outcome at the end. So let's see. I want to get a little bit more on the opportunity, please, Spirit. Oh, wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the bottom of the deck, you put the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, this is Under the Oak Tarot. Under the Oak Tarot. This is actually the first time I'm using this tarot deck. I was called to use this tarot deck in a collective reading. So, that's so beautiful. Okay. So for your opportunity, you've got the Lovers and the Two of Pentacles. So this is with the feminine, the Kabbalah, and the expanded Triyantra, that freedom, receiving instructions to the life that you want. I feel that some of you definitely are looking for love. I mean, it is this, there's heart chakra and the heart all over this reading, all right? So to sit in your feminine energy, and this is not gender related, this is your receptive energy that you have, right? Is calling in something for you. And this is also possibly a new contract that is coming in for you, one that you were only able to enter into once you had done all of this. Okay. I'm looking at it's reminding me of the Ouroboros, but it's not technically the Ouroboros. It's the Lemniscat. Really interesting. So yeah, I feel this is you sitting in a balanced place and being able to receive whatever the Lovers represents for you. It's also very much to do with your own inner aspects, right? A calibration for your feminine and masculine to be in union, to work together towards this. Just want to put this out here as well so I can see. And I was getting that with the plait, right? The fish plait, the interconnectedness as well. Spirit. Interesting. Clearing the deck again. Okay, Spirit, what they don't see coming is burn the sacred fire and guide. And this red tide. You've got the Hierophant. Oh, look at these two crows, right? Sitting on either side of the throne with the key. The stag is also leadership energy. I feel this is that guide that's coming through for you, right? Bottom of the deck, you've got the Page of Pentacles. So it's more fire energy. I'm just noting how these two cards are very similar, right? And this card was talking about transmuting your sacred fire into creative energy, right? This is where I feel the Page of Pentacles is coming in, because it's that learning how to work with that energy and to use it to manifest. Okay. All right, Spirit, for the challenge. No, I must flip out. For the challenge, please. I've got two. Bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. So there's that timeline that you're looking for, right? You're looking for your Ten of Pentacles. Interesting, because the Kabbalah tree of life is also for me the Ten of Pentacles. I've mentioned this before, but sometimes I dream of tarot cards, but I also dream of them in other ways. So I saw a tree and it had all these pentacles on it, a big tree, and I was like, there's the Tree of Pentacles. But it was the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like that's also what this tree of life is representing for you, is that the Ten of Pentacles that's coming through. Right, so that's on the bottom of the deck, your actual cards. Oh my gosh! This is your challenge, guys. The Ten of Cups and the Ace of Wands. So this is Spirit actually handing you the torch, right? Now is the time. And you've got like, this is interesting, because I see this person that was dragging you through the forest. I kind of also was relating it to the hermit, and the hermit often has this light that is the guiding light. So I feel this is, you recognizing that you have the light. You also don't need to find another timeline or anywhere else that you need to go to. You just need to continue moving. Oh, I see. You need to continue moving, not in anger or revenge, but rather moving with passion towards that which you're passionate about, that which you love, right? That gives you emotional fulfillment. Oh, that's beautiful, Spirit. Okay. And then the supporting energies, please. Nope. Just flip out. Sorry. Now I've got to turn these all back around. Okay. The supporting energy for Spirit. Oh, no, that's too many. This is like 6 cards, guys. No, sorry. These cards are also still a little bit sticky, so excuse. It keeps happening. Here we go. Okay, bottom of the deck, you've got the Page of Cups. So this is what you've got coming through with the call and the invitation. Okay. See, this Page of Cups is busy holding out a rose of some sort. So I feel this is the invitation, right, that you've been receiving. And your actual supporting, or on top of that, is, wow, the Three of Cups. So many lotuses in here, right? Okay. See, I feel like this is the Three of Cups is you with these two guides, right? You've been invited through. And you've gone and you've retrieved this emerald. Oh, it's all very heart-based, right? Emotional, emotionally led, passion, like towards your heart's desire. she's blindfolded in most of this deck because she's actually blind. And in each series of the wands, the cups, and the pentacles, and the swords, she regains her sight in a different way in each one. Okay. I don't know why I was telling you that. And I was like, And then I thought, okay, so the Ten of Cups, which is your challenge, right? Look at her. She's at the bottom of a waterfall. So if you've watched the Dragon Eclipse reading that this is coming back from, she's lying there at the bottom of the waterfall and she's looking up, and she's looking up at her timeline, right? She's looking up to the top where she becomes the dragon, because you've got the Ten of Cups with this myth card, right? With this fairy tale card. Okay. Yeah, I feel that's definitely a bit of the challenge at the moment, is maybe realizing that you've actually made it through this portal, but now you just need a period of calibration. Cool. Okay, so for the theme, please, Spirit, can you clarify the theme for me, please? This Under the Oak tarot is pretty nice, I must say. Oh, wow, guys. What's under the bottom of the deck? The Eight of Cups. Exactly, you see? So here's that journey that you're busy going on. It's what you're leaving behind. It's not coming with you. And your theme of the reading is the Tower with the Three of Pentacles. So this specific Three of Pentacles, it's very interesting for me because I had a dream about this little creature there at the top, this one. And in my dream, this creature was also running around on a tree, but he turned into a Tasmanian devil, which is your anger that's unchecked, right? So whenever I also see this specific card, the Three of Pentacles in this deck, it makes me think of a guide that is assisting me to see where my emotions are overtaking. The Three of Pentacles is also about working together. Again, I feel this is, these guides that are coming through, this is like Dawn Treader, right? Coming through for you. Because this that you're getting here is with Protect, Calibrate, Heart Chakra, and Dawn Treader. So this tower is struck. This is where I said that the forest is burning, right? This lightning has struck. And you'll see with your outcome as well that there is quite a lot of, there's revelations that are busy happening right now as you're sifting through the ash of this, as you're working through these energies. Okay, Spirit, let's clarify the advice, please. Yep. Oh, that's way too many. Am I taking just the one? No, I'll just roll it. Shuffle again. Sorry. It's 4 cards. No. Sorry, guys. These cards are still sticky. So just bear with me. I might have to cut some of this out. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, wow. That's beautiful. Oh, wow. Okay. I think I'm actually going to I'm going to give you advice just because of what's underneath the bottom of the deck with this. So with your advice, I saw the emerald being held with the crucible, right? And it was being the crucible tongs. And I feel like it's saying that you are putting to the test the rebirth that you have had as well. But with these two, you've got Soul Star Chakra. So this is that blueprint and understanding and Akashic information, the light codes that you pulled through. Okay. which is what's supporting you. That's that emerald, okay? So with this, you've got lightning. Mm-hmm. And strength. And on the bottom of the deck, on the bottom of the deck, you've got the sun, right? So here's those light codes, I feel, that you've already received. It's that's at the bottom of the deck, guys. I'm just going to do this. The sun card is so beautiful. Look at that. You're riding on your unicorn, your mythical unicorn. It's like, ride that unicorn. This guide's taking you through the forest. Let it take you. Oh my goodness, it's so funny. Okay, this card very interestingly speaks about thinking that the work is done, and it talks about cracking open. I'm actually going to read it to you because there's a cool synchronicity in here, guys. Yeah. Perfectionism, facade, and hesitation. The stage of leucosis is a complex topic in alchemy. On one hand, it represents purification of the materials. So this is also that emerald. Yes, you've received this emerald, this rebirth, but it's the beginning of the story. And this is why I feel like the challenge is also that, you might feel, firstly, you might be tired. Right. But also that, you've still got a very long way to go with this. I don't feel that it is necessarily that. I feel that it's to know that now is the time for you to actually start shaping what it is that you want, right? Okay, so purification of the materials. On the other hand, it's the phase in which the alchemist may mistake the work as complete. On the surface, everything seems perfect, pristine, well thought through, and quite complete. In actuality, the alchemists have been tricked by their own facade of perfection. I also feel that this is where some of the revelation is coming through as well. I feel like you're seeing maybe threads of stories and things in the past where you felt that things were a specific way and that they were sorted and that you closed it out, but maybe you hadn't completely. And that this is also telling you to allow those things to, see them for what they are and then to allow them to close out, right? Okay, so the work has hardly begun. Righteousness and fear are the great errors of leucosis. This card arrives to remind us to get our hands dirty. No, no one is separate from or above anyone else. Rather, every alchemist is a kid in the laboratory tinkering away with the elements of their life. No more fretting over your next move. There's that challenge, right? Don't need to fret about your next move. Fearing how others will perceive you. It's time to crack open, become who you are. The world needs your true colors. And then it says to ponder the wisdom of dawn, right? So there's Dawn Treader. So the wisdom of dawn, dawn is a new day. It's the really beginning start of a new day. It's not the end of the journey. And it's a fresh slate, right? The blank canvas, and this is where that paintbrush comes into. The blank canvas is a great example of leucosis. It's terrifying to start for fear of making a mistake. Today's the day, make a mark and begin the work. Okay, so this is also telling you to have courage, right? And to, now that you know what you want to be doing and you are sure of your path, is to have the courage to implement it. So for your, let's just clarify this first spiritual outcome. Top and bottom, please. Yeah, so interestingly enough with this outcome, right? Exactly. Yeah. All right. So interestingly enough, at this outcome, I had such a laugh. So I saw that paintbrush with the cave, right? The paintbrush revealed the cave, and then we got guys, so funny. We got prophetic and eclipse with apocalypses. See there, and nectar. So These two cards, right? Wait, let's do it like that. So these two cards both are linked to the truth card, okay? But this card talks about receiving truth as sap or nectar, often, intuitive information that's coming through. And I feel this is also, interesting. Wow, guys. Magenta is the color of the soul star chakra, right? And the apocalypsis card is also making me think of the earth star chakra. So I feel this is also that clear channel that you've got. Okay. So there's truths that are coming up. This card talks about a forest fire as well. And it talks about from the ashes, a new baby is born. So this is that egg that's cracking open, right? What is being revealed. This talks about the veil being lifted, the veil of deception being lifted. Now, this outcome, I think, is definitely saying that with this prophetic eclipse that happened now and this rebirth that you are having, there is revelations that you are having that are some of them not so pleasant, and some of them are quite pleasant because it's also revealing what it is that you love, and it's calibrating your heart, right? So this, we've got the Five of Cups with this as well. Mm-hmm. This is closing out, I feel this is also the bittersweet truth of things that need to be closed out that are not for you, or that are not in alignment with your path that you are going to be walking. And it is maybe bittersweet. I feel that maybe you've learned some things, or you will learn some things about why these specific situations or relationships were in your life. And if you are going to be able to take that to heart and be able to understand that that was the purpose of that specific situation, it's going to be easier to let that go. Okay. This is what the Ash card also very much talks about: letting go and letting these threads go, right? So underneath all of this, so beautiful. We got rewind with the heart chakra and temperance. So this temperance card is like, just take this temperance card, guys. Look at that. Wow. I'm actually going to read the heart chakra card of the heart to you. This was very funny because as I was flipping through the book, the heart was behind the cave, right? It came before the cave. And what you've got is like the paintbrush with the cave, okay? And with this reading, the heart was underneath the underneath energy, right? Which is, yeah. So this is definitely going back to your own center, your own heart space, right? And I'll go and read this card to you. It's so, so beautiful. And this temperance card is also this healing that you are having. I see this as the guide. The guide looks a little bit, I won't lie, guys, it looks a little bit creepy, but I like it. And I feel like that's also the energy of like what's being shown to you, maybe about yourself as well as others and these situations. Some of it's not going to be so pleasant, but being able to work with it and alchemize it. This is the alchemist, right? You are alchemizing and purifying this emerald gem that is your heart, right? That's so beautiful. Oh, that is so sweet. That is a solid clearly now. So I'm going to read this heart card to you. Let's see. Okay. Number 31. Okay, so let's do this. Yeah. The heart. The home. Hang on a second. I was also another song that came to me not the day before yesterday was that song, and I had to go and look it up. It was really beautiful. May Angels Lead You Home. So now that this is also coming out, I'm thinking of it because, um, on the original Temperance card in the Rider Waite, it's also an angel that's on there. And this is also with angel wings, right? And I feel you are being led home, being led to your center. Guys, that's beautiful. The cave is also very much um, the home and the center as well. So the heart, the home, the center, the throne. It is possible, from an imaginal point of view, to sense the heart as a place. Either we are there within the realm of expansion and compassion, or we have drifted somewhere else. There is no in between. It is common for us to leave this archetypal center without realizing it, as the world, with its seductive twists and turns, offers us frequent departure. We may even become a stranger to the landscape of the heart, leaving it vacant for long stretches of time. The seat of the heart is often reclaimed by nature, music, dance, and the presence of children or animals. So there's that paintbrush, right? The paintbrush is what revealed this center to you. Mm. This card encourages us to move past the layers of life's tangles and knots and into the wild and sacred center of the self. The most precious throne in the galaxy is awaiting your return. When in light, its expansive knowing and gentle clarity. Some say this like got me. I was like, what? Some say there is a cave at the center of the heart. Others say it's a pool with a flowering white lotus. Imagine yourself there and draw what you see. Recall the last time your heart was touched. Soak in every detail you can and feel the heart awaken. So yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I feel that you are going to be returning to a space where you create and you are authentic and you are just, self-actualized and this beautiful space of growth that's, that's just like pouring out of you. So well done. And yeah, let me know how this is going. Like, share in the comments if you feel called to. And thank you so much, guys. I'll see you next time.